Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion. I am here again with Will and Mojo.
Hello.
Hi.
And so today we have progress report. Now we agreed that when we saw this pop up in Discord, or I think I saw it on the Reddit, super excited because we're like, oh, is this the one? Is this the one? It's not, but it's close. Maybe, hopefully, the next one will be the one. But progress report. So there's still some really good stuff in here once you get past the info saying that they're not ready yet. Yeah, so
right, moving
a bunch of shock.
Yeah, so the sunny spring weather gone away, so it's apparently I guess it's not nice weather there. His work continues. Dennis's work continues on the belt optimizations as the rest of the team continues playtesting 0.15 and focusing on closing out some of the minor features still left on their board of things to do. And so the progress report, right, is internal playtesting kicked off earlier this week, which is good, right, because they said in a previous Friday Facts that they would want like a week or maybe two of playtesting and then they'd be ready to release. So they've had most this week, and it won't be next week because they didn't say so, and they did say that they would let us know a week, like the Friday Facts beforehand, but hopefully like maybe a week from this coming Monday it would be released, unless something goes wrong or they're just farther behind than we think. But yeah, so they play tested so far. They say either we're doing something right or wrong, because they haven't really found any major issues, only a couple small ones that once they diagnosed it, it was pretty easy to fix and stuff, especially using their internal fast debug build. And this is really interesting. I think, Will, you're definitely happy about this. Mojo, too. Pretty much everyone, I'm guessing, is happy about this. The Coverx has polished up the zoomed map feature mentioned previously. I think it was the last Friday Facts, maybe the one before that. And based on community feedback, and they had a choice to make whether to make it so you could build from the zoomed in map or not, like Blueprint and Ghost Place and stuff, and they decided that you will be able to from that zoomed in map thing, which is super cool.
I am so happy.
Of course you would be.
I can sit in my phone and build everything.
We'll wall you into a throne room and you just live in there from now on.
Yeah, pretty much.
I never have to go anywhere again. I can just zoom to map, more faster, double it.
Yeah, essentially.
On your mega base. Yeah. We'll wall you into your throne room.
Yeah.
That I want to be next to the silos. I can reach out the door and click launch on a silo.
Yeah, I mean, really, that could that could almost become a certain playthrough like theme, if you just do like a playthrough where you just can't leave your walled in space and you have to build a whole base that way or something. But I mean, obviously it does have limitations because they say we decided that building ghost blueprints from the map is an amazing feature. You can't place items directly, right? It's either ghost or blueprint.
Yeah. But I did have a thought, right? So say someone has a personal roboport is out and about. If you from the map view place a blueprint right next to them, will they build it? Because if so, that opens up a huge amount of trolling.
That's a good
question.
Both
convenience and trolling.
Yeah.
Yes.
I suspect that they would. I don't know. Maybe there's some way for the devs to differentiate, like, between a personal roboport and a normal robo network for something like that. But yeah, so you will need a robo network of some sort to actually get it built, and I'm not sure. They didn't mention.
You can't start one to begin with, so you can only build off an existing roboport network or person.
Yeah, exactly. Now they didn't.
It also opens up some interesting opportunities for challenge maps.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it'd be interesting to see what develops there. If people make some interesting scenarios.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. Especially when you combine that with the advanced map settings and the new API and stuff they're opening up for modding. I think there's a lot that could be done. Now, one thing that they didn't mention, I'm not sure if you'll be able to interact with stuff. Like, I know not build it, but I wonder if you could, like Will said, actually open like the rocket silo GUI and launch it through the zoomed in map thing. I feel like that might actually be a little too...
They said you can do it with trains, can't you? That was the idea. You could click on a train and open it up. So,
but it may just be for train. I don't know. I mean, they're not clear.
But even just trains and stations and stuff would still be nice.
Trains and stations, yeah. Actual machine GUIs, not so much. That would be more getting into long reach territory, extreme long reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So then he says, he being Clonin, he wrote this: Clonin and Posila finished the implementation of the mini tutorials, which are accessed in game through a simple, for now, GUI. So you can see a bit of an example here: basic trains and rail building, ghost rail place planning, train schedules and train stops, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely have. There's no teaching of trains at all in game. So I can't help but notice though, these are the old graphics for the trains in their little loopy diagram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good point. I think maybe they've overlooked that.
Yeah.
That'll be part of the graphics overhaul.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, it's a loop.
Yeah, of course it's a loop. Now, something I saw someone mention in the forum discussion for this, which brings up, I mean, it's kind of nitpicky, but I do think it's interesting that they said it seems deceiving because there's a play tutorial button, which makes it sound like it brings you into like a whole new game, which can, I mean, maybe it does. I don't know, but it could be deceiving.
That's
right?
It's an interesting comment with the... Yeah, because it's an interesting comment with the wording.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe it actually brings you into a little mini, kind of like the missions now, except much more simplified.
That's how I pictured it.
And specific.
Yeah, that's what I pictured, in like a tiny little practice map.
That would be pretty cool, although
it
could be annoying if you open this like in a game you're like within a map you're playing and don't realize it does that. But
I didn't realize it was that. I pictured this as be like you go multiplayer options or like that sort of screen.
Oh well, maybe, I don't know. You know, again, it's not.
That's how
specific.
Yeah, that's how I pictured it.
Yeah, so who knows? But either way, that's cool. It'll be good for new players. So they have a new addition to our GFX department. So please, everyone, give a welcome to Ernestes, and a talented artist from Lithuania who's been getting acquainted with people at the office. So that's cool. They've acquired a new GFX guy that should help the graphics things hopefully move along a bit faster in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to find a decently talented person. It's quite. I always consider it quite difficult to find good artists. Yeah,
I think especially for the type of stuff they do and like their kind of level of perfection, I think it would probably be quite difficult. So I'm glad they found someone.
Yeah.
So Albert has been digging deeply with Cube into terrain generation fixes while his work continues on the nuclear reactor model. This is kind of interesting. I'm not really sure what they mean by terrain generation fixes. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Albert's the graphics
terrain,
guy, so I would assume it has something to do with graphics.
Yeah, I know they're adding a new type of biome, the red desert. Do they have to change it to add that in?
Yeah, that might be it. I don't know. But
it could also be related to the how the ores a few fun facts ago, the sort of merging into each other instead of having hard edges.
Oh yeah, that could be it too, for sure.
So it could be related to that.
Yeah, a mixture of coding and the artwork then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be make sense. So they're working on that. He's working on the nuclear reactor model, so I'm hoping, I think everyone's hoping, that will be done in time for hopefully a release a week after this coming one, because it sounds like pretty much everything else is ready to go.
More fast to double it.
Yep.
It's the only way.
It's the only way, yeah. So the last part here is pretty exciting. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on your perspective, but Night Vision update. We received a lot of community feedback about their previous proposal, which, if you all remember that, it shouldn't be too hard to remember because pretty much everybody in the community was quite upset about their proposed change for night vision. But yeah, so the proposed change, which I have open here, is it was like super green, and I would say even worse than what we currently have.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with the current one. I hated that one they suggested. I'd have probably modded it back the old way.
Yeah, so
That was that bright luminescent fluorescent green, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So they've changed that based on feedback to this now, which is kind of a grayscale, which personally I really like, because even now I don't wear the night vision because I just don't like the green tint, but I think this is kind of a nice medium between the two. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I like it.
It strikes a balance between the I'm trying to think of the words. From the picture, like, because you got the grayscale, which is what night vision does, and then you can still see in full color what you would see the lights would give.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a fog of war too, in a way. That's what I immediately thought of.
Yeah, it feels like fog of war.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think it's really nice. I like it. I think everyone. I mean, I read the comments on Reddit and stuff.
My chat's like in the grays.
Yeah, I mean, from what I read, pretty much everyone likes it. I think this is a vast improvement. Now, one thing, it will be interesting to see how this works for streaming and YouTube. Obviously, it's better than just the pitch black you would have without lights and no night vision, but it will be interesting to see like how it actually translates into like video and streaming and coding and stuff and processing. But I think it's still a big improvement.
I figure it's got to be better than the green.
Yeah. And I just saw Britt mention in your chat, doesn't real night vision turn things green though? Well, see, they based it off that, but really nowadays I don't think that's actually the case, and it depends on the type of night vision and probably the quality of it. You know, I've seen examples nowadays of where it is like grayscale or not even. It's definitely not like a luminescent
the green's green. Old fashioned, I think.
Yeah. Nowadays they advance past that. So yeah, there's that, and they say no doubt the art department will still want to apply some finishing touches, but they're happy with it. We hope so. They use shaders for this. We hope the use of shaders could start to add some extra dimension by the way the game looks, and since the processing is done on the GPU rather than the CPU, it should have very little impact on performance, which is fantastic. They say there's still 100 minor features he could talk about in the Friday Facts, but this close to release, he doesn't want to spoil the surprise. So, I mean, this is kind of a bit of a teaser.
I want to spoil the surprise. I want to talk about the 100 other features.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean,
I'll sit here all night and talk about 100 other features.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think we've seen some within that pool. You know, like the click. What was it? Like the click, drag, copy, paste, or something, and something.
Yeah, we've had lots of little teasers from our CD.
Yeah, lots of little teasers, which is probably in there with these. So seeing the changelog will be interesting. I'm guessing the changelog is going to be like 4 pages long because they're doing so much.
We have to do like a series on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do an update. Yeah, I don't know.
5-episode series just on the changelog.
Pretty much. I was going to do an update video, but it might have to be split into like 3 parts or something. It's
different volumes.
Different volumes, yeah. It's going to be pretty ridiculous. But anyway, it seems like 015 is right. I would say 1 to 2 weeks from now is probably a reasonable estimate. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Great stuff. You guys have any other thoughts?
I want to play version 15 now.
Yeah, I want it now too.
I can't wait.
Play with a nuclear.
I want to sit in my throne and be lazy.
I want the UPS.
Yeah, I want the
track
UPS
lag
too.
And the track lag.
Yeah, track lag for sure. I want my rail tanker and the high-res graphics. Speaking of which, in this, do you notice how good these pipes look?
I did, although it does bug me that there's underground pipes that don't go anywhere. Under that chemical plant, it bothers me.
Where?
The top one. Oh, it goes under that. Okay, no,
yeah, it does.
All right, fine.
I mean, so yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
Okay, fine.
This is a this is an example of the high-res graphics. These look absolutely fantastic. I love it. Same with
It
the
looks like a
computer.
mixture of high res and regular.
Yeah, the underground looks really good where it goes into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really detailed.
Yeah, well, even the above-ground pipes look a lot more detailed than they do now.
So I can zoom in on it a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, the tanks aren't in high res, I don't think. Maybe? It's a little hard
I
to
don't
tell.
want to look at the storage tanks.
But there's way too many tanks, too, by the way. We need to refactorize their picture.
Yeah. And small power
Oh,
poles, seriously? No one uses small power poles, not when you got the larger ones.
I mean, then they have a big one right here.
Yeah, so why not use the medium?
Oh, man. All right, we're getting a little too much
Moving
into
swiftly
this.
along.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments and maybe even some predictions for 015, although I think at this point it's pretty easy guess. But yeah, unless you guys have any last thoughts, we will see you next time.
My prediction was my prediction for 15 was 1 year after 13.
How'd that go?
It should be pretty close.
Yeah, I think a little bit off, but
About a month off.
I think I'm going to try and compile a changelog for 15. We'll put chat on it during this stream that we're about to do. And
good idea. I've seen. I saw one on Reddit today. Someone did.
Let's steal that one then.
Yeah, steal that one. Maybe we can add to it at least. I'm sure between us and chat, there's more we can add to it. But anyway, thanks for watching again, guys, and we will we'll catch you later.
Bye.
See ya.